specific environmental goals has the museum set?
We have made climate action one of our core sort of principal areas for work, along with equity, wellness, social mobility and place.
What environmental measures have been taken to achieve this goal?
So I think one of the main things in this building was the public sector decarbonisation scheme, which was funded by the central government through Newcastle City Council. We had about £3.5 million spent on the building. So there were three main areas of work. One was LED lighting, so all the lighting through the museum was replaced with new LED lighting, and we had the connection to the district heat network, so we get our heat from the supply at the Helix site just up the road, rather than having any boilers on site. So the building doesn't have any gas supply. We've done everything we can to remove single-use plastics and to make sure that as many of the products that we sell in the shop are not plastic.
What challenges have the museum encountered in implementing environmental programs or the measures?
One example is where you have steel beams in the building, and in a modern building you would build insulation around the edge of the beam, but where it meets the wall directly, when it's very cold, that cold travels straight along the beam, and so if you don't have that thermal layer, but it's almost impossible to build that in afterwards, after you've already built the building. I think one of the other big challenges for museums is the care of our collections. So museum objects really need to be in controlled climates. You want a steady sort of 18 to 20 degrees Celsius, 55% humidity, or whatever the range is for the particular collection you're looking at. And generally the only way you can achieve that tight environmental range is by having active controls, so it's air conditioning and heating, and it's dehumidifiers and humidification, and that is something that uses an awful lot of power.
What measures have been taken by the museum to overcome this challenge?
Well, I think with the buildings, it has been that sort of really rigorous process of looking at where do we need to maintain these controls. There's a sort of default position of we must always have this standard in the stores, this amount of control. Some objects are more resilient and we can leave them in a different climate. So by maybe rearranging the stores, you can put more objects that are less at risk in one store and not condition it. And that's one approach. In terms of the building itself, as I say, it's looking for external funding to support what we're trying to do, and it's making sure that we've always got the climate in mind when we think about new designs, new builds and so on.